Experience the ultimate sports hub, where you can find games, news, and highlights all in one place, right on your TV. The Xfinity Sports Zone. Use your voice to search every stat, standing, and score. Follow the teams you love, and even get notifications with breaking news alerts and more, so you'll never miss an update. With the Xfinity Sports Zone, everybody wins. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Click, call, or visit a store for details.
Hey, welcome everybody to KFAN Hoops and Hops. I'm Justin Gaard, and look at who it is. My long-lost friend.
What's up, Gaard?
I haven't seen him forever. There he is, my long-lost friend, Meatsauce Paul Lambert. I saw you in person today, buddy, for like the first time in 6 or 7 months. We never see each other anymore because of the pandemic. How are you?
I'm great, man. It was good to see you, man, and it was good to catch up with you about all the stuff that was going on with the Gophers and all the information you told me about how good this can be for the Gophers and with the new head coach and all that stuff. I can't wait, man. It was good to talk to you. I'm excited to do this, man.
Yeah, we've been waiting a while.
Because I don't pay attention, as Corey Cobe always says. Yeah. My lack of attention to detail is literally my worst quality, and I have a few of them. I assumed there were games on tonight until you texted in that group going, guys, there's no games on tonight. So I was assuming we were going to break down maybe the Loyola Chicago game, the Baylor game, the Arkansas Oral Roberts game. But, hey, here we are. A lot of basketball news happening around the league, so let's fire away.
Yeah, it's Hoops and Hops powered by Xfinity. There's no college hoops tonight, at least not in the NCAA tournament. I've got my X1 streaming app here, right here. I'm actually watching the Wolves. Can everybody see that? This is how I watch games at my house, because even though I've had Xfinity for years, I'm not in charge of any of the TVs. So I watch on the streaming app, which is phenomenal. I just sit on my couch and watch it. So I'm down here kind of in the bunker. Who are we powered by today, Sauce?
We are, of course, powered by the one and only Xfinity. We're brought to you by Xfinity X1, the ultimate hub for all things sports, with live games, shows, news, and highlights all in one place. With the Xfinity Sports Zone, everybody wins.
And tonight, we are also, after this, doing service calls for Xfinity. That's why they gave us these polos, because now we look like technicians. And I have my mic. This is very organic. I have got my mug here.
So my gal about 5 minutes ago, because, of course, I don't do this stuff because nobody trusts me with doing Teams meetings. So I run into our bedroom and I throw off my sweatshirt that I always wear. And she's like, what are you doing? And I put on my Xfinity shirt. And she's like, that's the first time I've ever seen you in a non-sweatshirt since you've been dating. And we've been dating for almost a year.
Yeah, it's bad. But thank you for the shirts. Thank you for the mugs. Yeah. Thank you, Xfinity, for helping us out. If you want to play along tonight, we're going to basically review the tournament so far. We're going to preview what's coming up starting tomorrow night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday now. Maybe make a Final Four prediction. But use the hashtag KFANHoops if you're jumping in with us. We're going to monitor Twitter the rest of the evening for the next 25 minutes or so as we hang out here. And you can ask us questions. Ask me questions about the Gophers. Ask Sauce questions about when he's going golfing for the first time. Ask us whatever you want at KFAN or hashtag KFANHoops. And you want to use that hashtag because we've got some pretty cool prizes. In fact, we're going to give the first prize away about 10 minutes from now. This is a JBL charge-free waterproof portable Bluetooth speaker. It's gray. It's awesome. It's valued at over $100. Xfinity hooked us up with that. You can take a look at it there. The JBL charge-free waterproof portable Bluetooth speaker. The only thing you have to do is enter the hashtag KFANHoops. You don't have to do anything other than that, right? That's it. And we're going to pick a winner from Twitter here in the next 10 minutes or so. And then at the end of the show, right around 7:30, our second giveaway will also be a part of this thing. So we're really excited about that. I'd like to win this myself, actually, because my kids would like this. It's a mini outdoor movie projector and projector screen with stand, which is also over $100. It's valued at about $150. So we're excited about the Bluetooth speaker. We're excited about the mini outdoor movie projector. All you have to do, hashtag KFANHoops, and you are entered. Sauce.
Yes, sir.
Typically be in Vegas right now, right?
Yeah, we would have left Wednesday. Today would be the Friday where we all would have been beat by AJ in the initials game, and then about 6:40 local time. Today we would have all started right after the show, started drinking, and we'd be betting on college hoops if we were out there. But hey, the pandemic is of course happening, but we're planning on going out sometime in July. But have you been out to Vegas during the tournament?
Never.
Oh man,
never.
The first time I ever went as an adult of gambling age, my buddy and I went out. This is how dumb we were. We got credit cards so we could go to Las Vegas to meet my dad and his buddies that go every year. They've gone every year since law school. So we got credit cards and we slept on the floor of his hotel room. But we made so much money gambling because every game that Ohio State played, because that was Odin and then who was the point guard? Mike Conley. And they didn't win the whole thing, did they?
No, they lost to Florida in the finals.
Yeah, but because we had left by then, but they played 2 games when we were out there, and every game that they played, we bet them, and they just dominated. So yeah, I love college basketball is the best. It's so much fun to watch. I'm so pumped for tomorrow. Even though with the game tomorrow, the Loyola game, even though they're playing a 12 seed, I love that they're 7-point favorites. Yeah. That's a squad, man. I think they can get to the Final Four. I really do.
Well, let's start with it. I mean, you look at their bracket, they've got Oregon State, as you mentioned. That line has moved. If we're going to talk betting lines.
It was 8.
Oh, really?
It was 8. It's down to 7, yeah.
Okay, because it popped up when it opened at 6.5 and then must have gone to 8. And now it's settled in at 7. But that's the cool thing. I mean, I brought up Vegas because I have to imagine you would have lost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars with the way this tournament has broken down here so far, right? Like all the Big Ten teams that we would have picked, they're all gone now. You've got all these double-digit seeds when you think about Syracuse, think about Oregon State, think about Oral Roberts, think about UCLA. Like everybody, Vegas has got to be making millions. They always do. But right now, given the upset nature of it, right, you would have been grumpy. You would have been really grumpy. Of course,
I'm always grumpy when I'm in Vegas if I'm losing, even if I lose $5. But didn't UCLA beat Michigan State to get they played a play-in game. And I think everyone assumed because it's Izzo that Michigan State would just roll in over UCLA. But you go back to that game that's on tomorrow at 1:40 that, of course, you can hear on the Fan. Oregon State, didn't they win their conference tournament?
Yeah, that was the only way they were getting in. They're terrible.
Right. But they've caught absolute fire with the teams that they've beat. Excuse me. They're going to be a tough out tomorrow for Loyola. They just are, Loyola, whatever it's called. But they're going to be a tough out for that team. It's going to be sweet. I love that that's the first game.
Yeah, and everybody gets to see Sister Jean, who's the cutest ever. AJ and I were like 10 feet away from Sister Jean the first time they made the Final
Four. 2018?
Yeah, a couple of years ago. That's pretty cool.
How far did they get that year? They got to the Final Four?
Yeah, they got bounced in the first game. I think Michigan beat them.
I think Michigan trounced them, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. Typically, the Cinderella only lasts for so long. Typically, you can, and that's where Oregon State, I think, is dead. I think they kind of fired their bullets. Maybe I'll be wrong, but Loyola, to me, isn't even a Cinderella. Loyola's just damn good. Loyola shouldn't have been an 8 seed. They were completely underseeded. They should probably be a 4 or 5, maybe higher than that. But you look in that region, they play Oregon State, like you mentioned. Then it's Syracuse and Houston. Houston, good. Nobody ever knows about Houston because why would you? Right. But they've been really good the last handful of years with Kelvin Sampson. So you're picking Loyola, and then it's Syracuse and Houston on the other side. Houston 6.5-point favorites. You got, knowing you like I know you like the Cougars.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you like the Cougars.
I like Houston and I like the Cougars, but I also, because I've hung out at Maynard's one too many times in my
exactly what I was thinking.
Or Fletcher's, which is kind of Ryan's territory now. But Houston is one of those teams that nobody cares about them because half the country doesn't know that they have a basketball team.
Right.
And they're always a top seed. They're always a 3 seed or a 2 seed or a 1 seed. And they get to this point every year. But the thing that I like about this tournament so far is the shooting. Is these teams, everybody always says, the one thing you always hear before these tournaments start is these teams can get far as long as if they live or die by the 3. Syracuse has so far lived by the 3. The other team that plays tomorrow that Craig just pointed out, I love the Alabama team. I think that Alabama team can win the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
And you know way more about it than I do. You know who the guy who coaches them, but ESPN had this article that before the tournament that said the best part about the Alabama squad is They don't live or die by the 3 because they play such good defense. And if they have to, they can run and gun with you.
Yeah, Nate Oates is a stud. We've talked to him basically every year. You know, he used to be the Buffalo coach. 8 years ago, Sauce, he was teaching high school math.
Was he really?
Yeah, and then he got hooked up with Bobby Hurley's staff at Buffalo. Hurley took the Arizona State job. Nate Oates made the program better. They were basically a top 25 team. He jumped at the Alabama job a couple of years ago, and here they are as a 2 seed. And yeah, I think it's I definitely think they're advancing. And I don't know about, you know, Michigan and Florida State. You know, Michigan's a 6-point favorite, but they've had injuries. They haven't played super well down the stretch. Like, they're the lone Big Ten team. Like, it's crazy that with 9 teams that started this thing less than a week ago, now you're looking at, you know, Michigan being the lone survivor. I think they get by Michigan State, but I don't think they get by Alabama.
Yeah. That Florida State team's good, though. They play a ton of defense.
Right.
That line has moved a little. It was 2, now it's 2.5. So I would assume that some of the Sharks' money is coming in on that the Michigan team. But man, Michigan, the game they played last week, their second game. Who'd they play? Oregon?
No, they played LSU.
LSU. They just, I don't know. They looked slow, but there were times this season where they looked unbeatable. They look like a team that could win the whole thing. Their point guard's really good. Their inside play is extremely good, but they're missing one of their better players?
Isaiah Livers. Yeah, Livers. How much did you love the Fab Five when we were hanging out in the West Metro? A couple of suburban kids just getting into the Fab Five.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. My old man, it's where my brother and I get our gambling from, but I remember when I was a kid, my dad took me, the Fab Five was what, 90?
92, 93.
Yeah. I was 10, and my dad took me to his buddy's house. This is obviously pre-internet, pre any of that. And they did their brackets. And I remember a week prior to them doing this, they were all out in Las Vegas like they normally are. And a guy put like $500 on Michigan.
Yeah.
And they were, I don't even know I don't even know what the odds were, but he lost it because of the Weber timeout.
Oh,
was that at the Dome?
92 was. Here, I'll show you this. I'm in my home office here. This is what a rube I am, Sauce. We're going to do the giveaway in just a little bit.
I think this is just your excuse to go to the bathroom.
No, but this is.
Oh, dude, I
have
that ball.
Yeah, little puppy Guardsy, 1992 Final Four, Michigan, Cincinnati, Indiana, and Duke. That was their freshman year. 93 was their sophomore year. Yeah. And that was when Weber called the timeout against North Carolina.
I had that ball, and my uncle at the time, Meatsauce, had this, I don't know what it was. He had this T-shirt company that made all that merch. His company made those balls, and I remember he had, I forgot who it was at the time. Maybe Tubby Smith or Clem Haskins was speaking at one of their events, and Fat Meatsauce, 10, 11-year-old Fat Meatsauce was there.
Tubby!
Yeah, and he signed it for me, and I think my parents still have it, but I have that exact basketball.
I've got more memorabilia as the night goes on. Hang on.
Yeah, hold on.
This is Hoops and Hops, powered by Xfinity.
Let me tell you something quick here. Brought to you by Xfinity X1, featuring the Xfinity Sports Zone, a single sports destination to catch live sports scores, highlights, and more all in one place.
And there's no college hoops on, but as I mentioned earlier, this is the X1 streaming app. Look at this. Look at how nice this looks. This is the Wolves in Houston right now. Wolves are up by 1, actually. Pretty cool. 11-10, 7:50 left.
Do you want to know how great? Let me tell you a quick Xfinity story and how great they are customer service wise. You will love this. I've never shared this because it just shows how big of an idiot I am. So it's the November Masters, and I got home after the show, and I'm all set up, and my gal, who's the greatest, plus I'm saying all this because she can hear me, she's like, all right, I'll go in the bedroom with the dogs. You can sit out here. Well, I'm like, I got the iPad on for Amen Corner, basically the Tim Hyde special, you know?
Yep.
I turn the TV on, doesn't work. And I'm like, what the hell? What's happening? Like, come on. Like, we've been waiting for the Masters longer than we should. Of course, I threw a fit, and I'm pissed. So I call customer service, and they go, hey, there's somebody in your area that will be over in 2 hours, and they will help you. And I was like, it was just perfect timing, right? Within an hour, the guy shows up. He looks at my setup, and he's like, the internet's out too. That's kind of weird. He goes back to my whatever it's called, where all the surges are.
Yep.
And he comes back and he goes, turn the TV on. I turn the TV on. The main box thing back or in the laundry room got unplugged.
Yep.
He literally just plugged it back in. And he's like,
no, that's typically what the issue, like my kid will do it because there's a central station and it powers the whole house, and it's awesome because you can DVR stuff from room to room. And you can save stuff from room to room. It's amazing. Yeah. But if your kid, in this case me, makes a mistake,
taking my clothes off and whipping them into the laundry room, and because they're basically bed sheets, they took the cable box off the wall.
Yeah, not gonna work.
It was great, and it worked. Never had issue since.
Have another drink there. Hashtag KFA and Hoops. I'll give people a couple of more minutes, maybe one more minute to jump in on our first prize, the Bluetooth speaker. But we did get a question, hashtag KFA and Hoops, wanting to know how we like the Saturday, Tuesday as compared to the Thursday, Sunday for the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight. Even this past weekend, Sauce, they did the playing games on Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday were round one. Sunday, Monday were round two. I loved waking up on Monday morning and having more basketball. Like, I know Thursday's like the big holiday, right, that we all love and cherish and everything, and you've been out to Vegas for it the last couple of years, but I don't think they're going to go back to it next year. I think this is pandemic related, but I kind of like early week games like Monday and Tuesday, like we're going to have, even though they'll be at night. Like waking up on Monday morning and watching Iowa, Oregon, I thought was awesome.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought the same thing, but do you know why they did it this way?
The only thing I can come up with is that's how they were able to do something quarantine-wise or testing-wise, or just because of the venues, they're only using like 3 or 4 venues. Maybe they needed to space it out differently. I'm not exactly sure. But I think it's worked out well. I mean, I think
it's been great. I'm a little bummed that it wasn't on tonight, because that would have been fun to watch and do this at the same time. But man, I love it. Monday, and then we'll get Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday this week, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Saturday, Sunday,
Monday, then Tuesday. Saturday, and then Monday.
Ryan Donaldson just texted me. Let's see what he says.
Oh no! Is it Lord Fletcher's related?
That's always dangerous, because we had a system for how things were going to go.
Hey, do you remember? Go ahead.
David Christofferson is going to be the winner of our first giveaway. David Christofferson is the winner. I'll come back eventually. Hi, there I am. He wins the JBL Charge 3 waterproof portable Bluetooth speaker. David, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us on Hoops and Hops, powered by Xfinity. We've got the projector screen coming up towards the end of the show, but that's our first giveaway thanks to Xfinity. Thanks for hanging out. Hashtag KFA and Hoops right now if you want to enter for our second giveaway, or ask us a couple of more questions in our final 10 minutes or so. Saucy, you have one for me.
Yeah, let me ask you this question. Let's get away from college football or college basketball, for a second. And yesterday you retweeted that picture from Eden Prairie in their program.
Yeah, now it's going to be an hour-long discussion.
So that team, that All-Metro team in 1998 was the second time. That was Shane Schilling's first time being on the All-Metro team. Because didn't he win All-Metro Player of the Year the following year?
I imagine that he did. Yeah. What was his senior year? 2000?
No, 99. Because they lost to Mounds View.
Yeah, that was 2000 though, wasn't it? Oh yeah, it was 99.
Yeah,
you're right. Because that Adam Boone was 2000. That's why. For more classic Lake basketball stories, check out Gaardsy on Twitter, JGKFAN and Meatsauce. But that All-Metro team was unbelievable, and I idolize those guys. I mean, people are
same.
Shane Schilling, Ben Johnson, who's now the Gopher coach. I know people want my thoughts on that in a second.
Yeah.
Joel Prisbilla, obviously, was Mr. Basketball, McDonald's All-American. Darius Lane, Topino Grace, and Ryan Iverson from Eden Prairie, who basically ran Eden Prairie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Back in the day. Like,
his football team,
star, basketball star, he was an absolute stud.
Yeah, his football team stopped Ryan Keating's led Minnetonka Skippers in one of the state semis that year in 98.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
So quickly, and then we can get to the Gopher thing. If you were to put together an all-Metro, all 5 players, who would be on it?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, geez. I wish you would have hit, I think you got to break it up into decades.
Okay, fine. 90s.
Well, 90s, you got Elamines got to be in there.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I would think like Jared Nunes would probably have to be in there. Prisbilla would have to be in there. Schilling would probably have to be in there. And probably if we're going early 90s, I mean, Sam Jacobson would probably have to be in there. You know, I mean, that's just off the top of my head.
Yeah. See, this is how the power trip operates, where we just come up with stuff bumper to bumper. They're not winging it.
No, we're a little bit more scripted. Yeah.
We're winging it.
Yeah. Well, and it's just you and me. Like you have 7 other people that can pick up the pieces once one of you crumbles, right?
Well, yeah. And hockey'd go, who?
Exactly.
Hockey'd start
hockey right
making
now
fun of Zach.
Gunshot to the head bit.
Yeah, of course. The second I brought up high school basketball. They just had, this state's had some unbelievable talent, which parlays into, can Ben Johnson keep not all of it, but can he keep some of that talent in the state?
That is the bet. That is the Mark Coyle bet, because I've said forever that I think that thing is kind of overrated, like the in-state talent. Like people worry about the Gophers losing guys. By the way, I think you're going to see some movement here from different schools where Minnesotans have gone. I think you're going to see some people maybe not come back here, but leave the schools that they originally went to. Stand by for more news on that in the next couple of weeks. But Mark Coyle obviously disagrees with me. He thinks it's important. He thinks it's the number one thing, and that's why they hired Ben Johnson.
Yeah,
that's why they were willing to take a chance on no head coaching experience, which I really don't think is that big a deal. Coaches know how to X and O. They know how to call timeouts. They know how to make adjustments. He's going to have a staff that's going to be super experienced, but his biggest thing is recruiting. Mark Coyle's biggest thing is recruiting. I told you that today. That's all he cares about. And I'm really interested to see if everybody that says they love Ben Johnson, the AAU coaches, the high school coaches, the kids, the parents, because everybody does love Ben, me included. Awesome guy, great dude, great reputation, great relationship with everybody. It's different when you're the head coach. We're going to find out just how much they do like Ben. I think they like him a lot. I think he is going to get more than Pitino did in state. But when you're the head coach, you can't be everybody's best friend, you know? You can't, when you're even on the recruiting trail, you got to make some tough decisions. You got to maybe make some people mad because you're not offering them enough. But I'm excited about it. I think he's going to do a good job. I think the next couple of weeks with what's going on in the transfer portal is a big opportunity for him. You know, there's guys like Race Thompson, who went to Indiana, went to Armstrong High School. Might he come back? Jamison Battle, De La Salle kid. So he's obviously got a pipeline there. Might he come back? I know they met here in the last couple of days. I think he can get a lot of momentum, Saucy, here early to validate Mark Coyle's confidence in him, just even here in the next couple of weeks with the transfer portal before you even start in on the 2022 kids.
Yeah, which would be great. And the number one recruit in the state, the number one recruit in college basketball for, is it 2022? Is a kid from Minnesota.
It's for this year, 2021.
The Chet kid?
Chet Holmgren.
Yeah. And he hasn't made a decision, has he?
He hasn't. Now, a lot of people think he's leaning Gonzaga, where Jalen Suggs went. I saw
Suggs, why? Is he buddies with Suggs? But Suggs will be gone.
Yeah, but they just signed a big point guard today that was like top 15 in the country. Like, I don't understand. The Gonzaga thing confuses me. I know they're a great program. They've obviously been to Final Fours in a national title game here, and they've been number one all year, and they might go undefeated. But they play so many games that don't matter because their conference is just so garbage. They just must go out there, fall in love with Washington, fall in love with the deal, and they know they're going to be in the NCAA tournament. They know they're going to be on the biggest stage at the end of the year. But it's interesting to me that they're getting these high-profile kids because it's just they only play in 6 or 7 games that really capture anybody's attention all year long. But I think that's where Holmgren's going to go if I was a betting man. And I have no inside info. I just read what everybody else reads. It seems like they've got the thing rolling right now. Yeah.
And that kid, they already projected to be the number one overall pick in
he's a stud.
23 or whatever it is.
Wow. Yeah. Non-basketball news. The Vikings just signed Mackenzie Alexander again.
How about that? How about all those trades today?
Yeah. So the quarterback. So San Francisco. Now, let me ask you this, because they traded for the number 3 pick, right? The Niners.
So San Francisco went up to 3. Miami went back to 12, and then Miami went back to 6, and the Eagles went back to 12.
So do you think they would have traded for Kirk Cousins?
So I don't think they would do that, but somebody pointed out on NFL Live today that they think that third pick for the Niners is to get Russell Wilson.
Oh.
That they couldn't
That's
get him with the 12th overall pick and whatever they had.
That's
but
interesting.
They could get him now with the 12th pick, maybe, or the third pick, maybe a player, maybe Jimmy Garoppolo, and maybe some pieces down the road that they could give up. But that's Adam Schefter kept saying, don't rule out the third pick being for Russell Wilson.
Interesting. That would make sense. Are you on tomorrow, Saturdays with Sauce?
Yeah, we're on for an hour. Nordo and I are on. Yeah, we tried to get your guy Dan Orlovsky on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's on vacation for a little bit. But yeah, he's elite. We're going to get him on closer to the draft.
Yeah, he's absolutely the best. We got a couple of more minutes here on KFA and Hoops and Hops powered by Xfinity. We're going to be giving away at the end of the show a mini outdoor movie projector and projector screen with a stand. It's tremendous. It's a 100-inch screen, 16.9. Those are the dimensions. 4K HD for indoor home theater or backyard cinema. So hashtag Cafe and Hoops if you just jumped on trying to figure out what the heck we're doing right here. Just talking basketball for the next couple of minutes or so, but you can enter to win that projector screen and the stand with hashtag KFA and Hoops. What else you got over there, Hawk?
Well, who do you think will be the final 4-team standing?
Let me grab my brackets here because we should probably.
While you're doing that, you and I are brought to you by Xfinity X1 featuring the Xfinity Sports Zone, a single sports destination to catch live sports, scores, highlights, and more all in one place.
And let me give you a quick plug on that too. My 6-year-old Jackson loves the Sports Zone. It's the C button. You know how like every remote will have like an A, B, or C?
Oh, yeah.
If you hit C on the X1 voice remote, everything pops up. He knows how to navigate it, what's on now, what's coming up, different leagues. It's been great for the tournament because you can see, who's winning, who's losing. You don't have to worry about finding true TV. It's just right there for you. You just highlight it and watch it. But he'll sit there and just scroll through and he'll go, oh, let's watch this. Let's watch that. Like
it's the best.
I bring it up to say it's super easy to use. You can follow stats too, which he likes to do. So it's actually been he's a good ally for me right now because he's super into sports. So I don't have to feel guilty watching sports because I'm bonding with my son.
Yeah,
I'm bonding with my 6-year-old. Like when your dad and uncle brought you to Vegas.
Yeah, and then my uncle at 9 years old brought me to see Major League. And then taught me how to swear, but then every time I would swear when he had his kids around, he told me how bad I was.
It's not right. No. So out of the Midwest region, I think Loyola Chicago makes it, Sauce. I think they beat Oregon State. Yeah, I mean, the only other team I would pick out of there is Houston. But I think the way it's set up now, I think it is going to be Loyola and Houston in that regional final. And I think Loyola is going to do it. I just think they're too well coached. I think they're too well cultured. I think they're too good defensively. So I'm picking the Loyola Chicago and Fighting Sister Jeans. And then up top, the South region, I think I got to go with Musselman. I know Baylor has looked impressive. They pretty much have dominated through 2 games, including against Wisconsin. I think they get by Villanova. Baylor does because Nova's done a great job even getting here. They've been down a player or two.
They're super banged up.
Yeah, but Jay Wright's a stud. He would look a lot better in these Xfinity polos than we would, even though we look pretty good, I think, for our standards. But I think Eric Musselman gets by Oral Roberts, and I think Arkansas gets out of there. So I've got Loyola and Arkansas. That's a rematch, by the way, from the Sweet 16 a couple of years ago. And then got to go Gonzaga. I don't think that's breaking any news. They're 13.5-point favorites against Creighton. Whoever wins the USC-Oregon game, I think it'll be Oregon. Gonzaga, I think, cleans up there. And then, man, I don't know, man. The only team I don't have a good feeling on, man, the East, to me, is crazy. I think you can make an argument for any of them because I'm not totally sold on any of them, Sauce, but I'm not. If I had this, if you forced me, I'd probably say Alabama.
Yeah.
But I could easily see Florida State going. I could easily see Michigan going. I could easily see UCLA with Mick Cronin and their stud coach. I could see anybody coming out of that East region. So I guess I'm kind of bailing on that. But my first 3, I feel pretty solid about Gonzaga, Arkansas, and Loyola Chicago.
Yeah, I think those are the safest bet. I think Gonzaga is just too good. I mean, they've been a double-digit favorite every game they've played so far. They're a 13-point favorite tomorrow, and they play a 5 seed. That's how stacked that team is. And they're without their second-best scorer.
Right.
That's how good they are. So
yeah,
I think it's Gonzaga, Bama, and then I think, I've got rid of my notes here. And then I think it's Houston.
Okay.
And I would go – I think you're right. I think Loyola – I think
Sports
it's –
Scribe here. He's got Zags, FSU, Baylor. And, yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I can't argue with
I
that.
I think Baylor and – man. I think Baylor and Houston.
Okay.
And then Gonzaga and Bama.
We got a question at KFAN, hashtag KFAN Hoops. Will there be enough time for enough said tonight? Actually, right after we're done here in a couple of minutes, just hit 8:07 on Xfinity. You can watch Enough Said on Fox 9 Plus. It's also at 9:30 on 8:09.
What time will that
Fox
be?
9. That's 7:30, which is right now.
Website?
So in a minute or two. Fox9.com. If you're not local, you can certainly watch it there. The Fox 9 app, you can stream it. 7:30, 9:30, 8:07, 8:09. We just got our winner here. Let me pull up the Ryan Donaldson text message. Winner
Do you
of the
think
movie
he's
stream.
at Maynard's?
No, I think he's at the airport Smack Shack, even though it's not open.
Yeah,
I
of
think
course he buys one ways just so he can go to the Smack Shack.
Yeah, it's exactly right. Jake Radke is the winner of our projector screen, mini outdoor movie projector and projector screen with stand. Thanks, Jake, for the question. His was Wolves related. He's asking about when we see D'Lo, Cat, and Edwards all healthy at the same time, what kind of team can we expect to see? I'll answer that real quick. Probably not a very good one, Jake. But they'll look good on that 100-inch projection screen. If you want to plug it into your Xfinity, it'll look really good. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching us tonight. Anything you want to wrap up with, Sauce, before we say bye?
No, we're on Nardo and I are on noon to 1 tomorrow. We'll talk we'll basically lead you up to the pregame of all the games. I think I'm going to make Nordal pick all the games.
Are you out of breath? Are you on like a Stairmaster right now? Are you okay?
No, I was just I got this weird like acid reflux thing.
Okay, I didn't want to lose you. I mean, that'd be a bad way to end hoops. And
hops.
But
when AJ put the counter up and we had like a minute 30, I ran to the bathroom, and we have 2 bathrooms down the hall and then one in the main bedroom. And I go running, and the dogs start barking, so I had to like sidetrack into my gal's bathroom. And I sat down and I saw there were 30 seconds left. I'm like, okay, cool. I can catch my breath. So
that was also a very cool. I have 2 bathrooms, so one for each of us. Brag. That was very cool. You. Good to see you, man. I miss seeing you around. I miss Gerdsey Thursday. I miss the Power Trip Morning Show. I miss Maynard's. I miss all of it. Hopefully we'll be back. Hopefully soon. Everybody's getting vaccinated. We'll all be hanging out. But
yeah, I can't wait. Thanks for doing this, man. Xfinity's the best. I appreciate you having me do this with you. I hope it was entertaining to everybody. And I think if I were to put together an all-time high school basketball team, it would be Adam Boone, Shane Schilling, Ryan Keating, Jake Cuppy, and damn it, what the hell was the other kid's name?
Didn't he play football at Michigan?
Benny I don't think Benny Japper played basketball.
Oh, I thought there was some. I know who you're talking about.
Ryan Cloxine. Ryan Cloxine would be the whole team. The 98 Minnetonka basketball team was one of the best high school basketball teams ever, and they beat like a 3rd-ranked team in the country.
Yeah.
That's how good they were.
They were studs.
Yeah,
absolutely
that's
studs.
my best team.
If you go to Maynard's tonight, you'll probably see a couple of them. They'll be telling that story.
Yeah.
25 years later.
Or your kids might play basketball with Ryan Keating's kids at Wayzata.
And have no chance. Thanks, Xfinity. Great partners of ours forever. Thanks for the shirt. Thanks for the mug. It's been. Yeah. Let me have one more drink here. Hey, if you like this, if you enjoyed it, tell us you enjoyed it. Hashtag Cafe and Hoops. Let us know. Might be able to do one in the next couple of weeks. Might be able to do one, every single year when March comes around. We'd love to do it. And next year when we book the date, we'll make sure there's some college games going on.
Yeah, it'd be great.
We'll absolutely watch those together. So, Saucy, you're the best. Love you, man. Have a good show tomorrow. Love you. Yeah. Thanks to AJ for helping us out tonight. Thanks to Ryan Donaldson for helping us out. Lil B for helping us out. John Poliska, who I call Uncle John because that's how much he means to my kids.
Correct.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. Using the hashtag Cafe and Hoops, and we will see you on the other side. Bye.
Experience the ultimate sports hub, where you can find games, news, and highlights all in one place, right on your TV. The Xfinity Sports Zone. Use your voice to search every stat, standing, and score. Follow the teams you love and even get notifications with breaking news alerts and more, so you'll never miss an update. With the Xfinity Sports Zone, everybody wins. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Click, call, or visit a store for details.